everyone! You're on the channel Mayhem Facts and Quotes, and today we have a band drawn in the desert. With us from Belgium. Please introduce yourself for our viewers.
So I am Bart. I am the guitar player and vocalist of the band.
I'm Jason. I'm the lead guitar player.
I'm Vincent. I'm the drummer and I write the lyrics.
Okay, so here is Bart, Jason, and Vincent. Today they will give me an interview answering 10 personal questions. I have a special motto for our channel. In Russian, it sounds like «Сердце темноты, где рождается истинный хаос». And I translated it into English, and it's «In the heart of darkness, where is born true chaos». Okay, so the first question, I would like to ask you, Bart, a question about band's co-founder. What exactly inspired you to get into black metal from a band with Vincent and Jason? Which artists influenced your sound?
Artists that influence our sound, I think we all have our own influences that we bring to the band. For me personally, a band like Austere or Twilight, like the melodic depressive black metal bands that you have, that I listened to quite a lot when I was 17, which I know the high-pitched vocals really speak to me. Yeah, and then the black metal in general, and it's just a nice. I just like it.
I think in general, like more at the start, I think more for myself and Pat, it's more like the DSBM kind of the slow black metal, like shrieking vocals and really, teenage angst because we were teenagers, like this. But that's for us because Jason had a completely different, different influence then.
For me, it was mainly Agalloch, and maybe God is an Astronaut to name a post-rock band.
Yeah.
That introduced like the clean guitar parts and the post-rock guitar melodies are definitely traceable to these bands. So a whole mix.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. So the two of us just like DSBM, and only one person in a band like clean music with clean guitar.
Well,
Okay.
I think later on we also grew into more softer music and more melodic music that kind of in a way has the same things that appeal to me in black metal, like especially the more slower paced DSBM, like that melancholy, whether it's very haunting and depressing or whether it's beautiful and nostalgic, like post-rock can be. That came later for me, and I think Jason is probably one of the persons who introduced that genre to me. Because I know them for a very long time, and then of course they're brothers, so we influence each other with music. It's like, hey, you should listen to this, and then so on.
When you're a teenager, you fixate more on one genre or more limited things, and then as you, in our experience or my experience, anyway, you kind of go a bit wider as you get older.
You broaden your view.
I understand. Just because as you grow up, so your taste in music also grows up.
So I said that.
What's the difference between your debut and your upcoming album? What's the primary?
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Well, I think like the first one, you can really hear that we're a couple of young guys. Also, technically, musically. And the newer albums, the second one was already a little bit more mature, the recordings were better, we were actually better musicians, so we were playing a bit better, our taste had evolved a little, and I think with this third album, the same thing happened just over a longer time, because it's been 6 years since our previous album, which is quite a long time.
We're really slow.
Yeah, I think more mature is the best description. And heavier and darker. It will make you sad. Almost sad. Uncomfortably
Like
angry.
darker and mature. Okay, it's just like every black metal person, every black metal artist grows up. He became more
Yeah.
darker, more mature, more
Darker, more angry, more
Yeah.
anxious.
Yeah. Also, the difference is that this album is completely in our own language, so in Dutch, and two previous albums were in English, so that's also a change.
Yeah.
Um,
It makes it more personal.
yeah, well, it's just different. It's like another language is like a different set of paints, and you can, paint a picture. But if you have different paints, it will look different. It's the same with language, I guess. But also then, it's just different. It's nice. Yeah.
Maybe you will count on your same language auditories. So you just want that your new album will become more personal for your co-languagers. I don't know how to say your citizens, maybe for someone who speaks Dutch.
Yeah, not necessarily, because you can still don't understand what Bart is singing, so nobody's gonna hear the words. It's if you actually read them or something, and can also be, like somewhat translated or whatever. So not necessarily. It's more this in your native language to kind of your vocabulary is a lot more wide, even though we were both brought up bilingual. Our mother is Irish, so we were brought up English and Dutch. But still, think in Dutch, so we will, I don't know, have access to where we come even closer to the meaning that we're trying to grasp or something. So it's just more in personal and not really home language, but in a personal way, not necessarily to the exterior,
Okay.
Yeah, you might not have it done, but eventually, if you listen to a band that sings in your native language, you understand much more nuances and like details, and it becomes a bit more intimate.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've got it. Just as a Belarusian, I really understand you very much, because I don't know if you know, but we are so small country near Russia, more like between Russia and Ukraine, and no one even knows that we are exist. So many people just count us as part of Russia, just maybe as another city in Russia. I don't know, and it's quite personal when I heard large metal collectives then their music in my language, in Belarusian, like Dimna Lotva. Maybe you heard that band. So yeah, and
Seen him a few months ago.
so yeah, it's very I'm very proud of that thing exists. Yeah, of that band exists.
Yeah.
So your band formed in 2013, but due to hard work on the material and other things, you only released your debut album in 2015. When you started, did you ever think that it would turn into something as serious as it has now?
I think when we started in 13, you just start out playing and rehearsing a few times, and after a few rehearsals, it felt right in a way. It was fun. We had two half-assed songs together, which we actually really liked, and then from there on, it kind of got up almost quite quickly, So we did know, like, or no, we had feeling like, oh, we're onto something, not to get big. It's not that we are big now, but we felt like, oh, we can actually pull this off and get ourselves a few songs together and record an album somewhere in the foreseeable future, which we then eventually did. We recorded in 14 and then we released it in 15. So you never know what the future brings, also not when you start out, but it felt quite fast that we were on track of something that felt right for all of us. So
yeah, it like happened. We just started playing and everything felt good and everything happened by itself or something.
Yeah.
From there, which eventually caused me to see things big, and all of us fantasizing about the big shows like with Agalloch or
the first summer when we started playing together, we were rehearsing and we were taking a pause in between of rehearsal, and we were already playing live shows by then, so it was 2014 somewhere, and we were thinking about what's the biggest, or what do we want to achieve is playing together with Agalloch, and then at some point that we actually did. So that was so we were dreaming big. We were just dreaming a bit, but then if it actually comes true after 1 or 2 more years, it's quite surreal sometimes. But really the first year we did nothing really with so much thought. We just did. You just play, just write some riffs, you make some songs, and you see where you don't know what to do, so you just do. You don't know what to expect because you don't know what you're doing, and then kind of.
Yeah, it was nice. It's a nice thinking about it.
Yeah, okay, I got it. So it's just something basically. I don't even think that any band in their 15 or 14 just thought that they became popular in maybe 10 years past. So yeah, I'm glad.
I think if that's your goal and if you really play and make music to become popular, that's I don't think that's a goal that I can support.
Well, it's also all good, because some musicians actually want to make their living out of it or something, but it was never an ambition of ours or something to really be a professional band or something. We just wanted to, especially back then, just drink beers and smoke a joint and rehearse and write a song and play shows, and that's what we really enjoyed, and that's what we wanted. And ideally we could hopefully sometime play a festival or whatever, but it's like, it's not that we ever thought that like, yes, this is gonna be our job now, this is how we're gonna make money or something like that. We all have jobs and we all are gonna keep having jobs, it's no ambition of us to become so popular that we can make our, so that's it. But that then also frees it up. You can just do what you want.
The fourth question. You released music through respected labels like Immortal Productions, which also produced Asphagore, Photophobia and Psychonaut 4, and Avantgarde Music, which also produced Abigor, Abysmal Grief and Moonlight Sorcery. How did those partnerships come about? And what made you change label and then return to the first one again, since your new album will be released again under the management of Immortal Productions?
The choice is more logical, and he did more for us than Avantgarde did. So he also grew with the label in the last few years, probably more than we did as a band. So the choice is quite logical to just to return to our friend instead of try to have a name by somebody that we don't know.
I got it. Better that old friends better than new ones. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Rolling Descent shared the stage with Harakiri for the Sky. I just cut it off, but it's my favorite band. Harakiri for the Sky, Psychonaut 4, Gaira, and and etc. But the most outstanding was one with the band Agalloch, just a year after your first gig. What do you remember mostly vividly about all of that shows, and how did it impact the band emotionally or creatively?
Oh, we were late.
Yeah, we were late.
I forgot about that. We were stuck in traffic.
Yeah, the venue was quite a drive from here. Well, in Belgian terms, 1 hour and a half is quite far away.
Yeah, traffic.
It was like on a Friday, so we had to leave after work, come get our gear in the rehearsal place because we couldn't use the backline. So gathered the gear here, and then we went. We drove to the venue. We had a huge traffic jam. So by the time we had to play, I think we arrived half hour before we had to go on
half an hour
stage.
before we had to go on stage, we arrived in the venue, we had to set everything up, sound checked, and
Play like not long. It was like 20 minutes or 25 minutes.
no, I said
Yeah.
no. I think we played
Yeah,
at least half an hour, but
but in any case, yeah,
It was over so fast.
Yeah, it was fast, and for us, it was also the first time that we saw Agalloch live.
no.
Yeah, okay.
No,
Yeah,
I don't.
mine. It doesn't matter.
Bad memory.
I do remember Jason brought his CD.
Yeah, my Pale Folklore
his
CD.
Pale Folklore CD to have it signed, but he was shy to ask. But in the end, they signed the CD. and it was very good. But they were really nice. They were so nice and kind. They're really kind people, and yeah, it was really a very. Because they sometimes say don't never meet your heroes or something, especially back then they really were, but that is really not the case because they were just so friendly, so kind. We were young guys. They were just being interested and having nice chats with us. They're also just on tour. They were pretty big bands, and they took the time. They were nice, really nice people.
I'm glad that this motto "never met your heroes" didn't work for you.
No.
I just remembered something from biography of Dead, the first well-known vocalist of Mayhem. So when he was young, he first met his hero. It was Horton from Battery. Do you know that band? I know you know that band. So, and when he met him, he was so disappointed. He was so I don't know. He felt like Horton was a traitor for him because he expected that he will see soft guy with leisure on him, with the makeup, corpse paint and all that shit. Sorry. He just saw a rocker guy with sunglasses on him, and he was not in the mood to take photos and sign something. He just give him a thumb, and they took the photo together, and it was disgusting as it described by Peles. So I just glad that it didn't work for you. Okay, the next question. Your new album is set for release in 2026. How does it compare to your previous works in terms of atmosphere, themes, and instrumentation? Share what fans can expect.
I think it got longer. The songs individually got even longer than the previous albums. Like the first album was the shortest of songs. The second one was already at an average of 9 minutes for every song. And I think for this album, we are having an average of 10 minutes for every song. So it is 4 songs. It's on a vinyl. It's 2 on each side because you can only do 21 minutes on a side. So if we calculated 2 songs on every side, and then we have a full length, perfect for a vinyl. Yep. But so it's long. It's the intros are a bit more spun out. A bit more time to build up an atmosphere, even maybe sometimes a bit too much time. I don't know.
Darker. Even the vinyl weighs more.
Yeah,
it's just the heavy music. Yeah.
More metal-ish sometimes instead of just having black metal strumming in there. There's some really like metal, like that metal slam riffs in there. You know, to combine that with the post melodies or switched up with a black metal riff makes it a bit more interesting, maybe. Well, if you're into that stuff,
I would actually like to hear it with a fresh view, because we finished the studio a year ago now, and by the time we finished the studio, we were sick of the songs because we were playing them so much, and I would just love to hear the album without any context or any memory from before. But yeah, that's not possible. So,
Okay, I think it's enough spoilers for your listeners. Okay, we can move to the next question. Okay, I have a traditional question. I ask all bands during interviews. So, what are your thoughts on a Norwegian black metal band Mayhem? Is there anything you can say about its members or their history?
I think I'm the only one from the three of us that actually used to listen to Mayhem or still listen to Mayhem, but that has a we have the Mysteries of Satanas album. Of course, it's undoubtedly good, but it's funny because you mentioned that earlier, and that I think your interview used to be about Pelle. That's I think the most captivating person about everything of anything that's Mayhem related, and the Death Crush album or the demo versions from like Freezing Moon, they're just hauntingly beautiful. I love it how he's so, I don't know, so hysterical almost. I love his dramatic everything. I mean, so that's after that Attila was a little bit less my thing, I think. That's where I kind of lost interest in it. Like, Mysteries of Satanas is just undoubtedly good, even with Attila. Okay, I mean, I'll give him credit for that. But just before that, well, no, with that, but before, you know what I mean. That Crush album is just really good. It's chaos, well orchestrated, it's hysterical, I don't know, it's dramatic.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, that's true. I hate Attila's throat singing, so I feel like Bart is my soulmate now. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you hear the demo version of Freezing Moon, it's just so much better with those shrieks on there. Really, it's
with that.
For me, it's more like this.
Yeah.
For me, it's more this, when I was a teenager, like these stories about, you know, him then picking up the dead birds and keeping them in a bag and smelling the bag before a show, you know, and all these things that then are so occult and so, you know, like, yeah, like so black metal, but that's, I don't know, it just really was something in the identity that I wanted to cling on to or whatever. But for me, like the band name itself, it was like this. Also back then it was like if either you like Burzum or Mayhem, because yeah, then Burzum killed Mayhem, like Euronymous then, and I don't know, in my head it was kind of this thing more because I was a teenager and you don't know shit, you know, and you just cling on to stories and everything, and it was more like this, I don't know, it was like more these stories that you kind of cling on to search for identity or something, and you want to identify yourself with that. You want to be like that. You want to be cool. You want to be cult. I really do remember that. But that's more like Mayhem kind of speaks more to me in that phrase, and it's kind of this, you know, epic band in that way. That's with all the history to it, and you know that he killed himself, and that, you know, like that they arranged the body to take them the cover, to take the picture, and then sending pieces of the skull to other black metal bands and all this stuff and making hangers out of it. And, you know, it's really this grim black metal stuff that you think like, whoa, fuck, it's so cool. But yeah, now, you know, I'm now it's, I think a few things a bit different.
Yes,
But yeah,
that's
back then,
definitely a genre I want to play. So let's start a band together. So once upon a time in Norway, Mayhem were simply a local band, unknown to the rest of the world. What can you say about the Belgian metal scene? Do you now feel like you are broken out of its confess and raised your level, I don't know, in the eyes of your compatriots?
well, I think like Belgium is really. You say that Belarus is a small country, but Belgium is actually a small country. It's like also the metal scene is pretty small, so it's this thing where there is a black metal scene. We definitely have a very lively metal scene, but it's very cozy and everybody knows each other. Especially in the Flemish-speaking side, where we've also been around a bit, so you get to know people, you get to know other bands, opportunities present themselves. And apart from that, we have had the chance to play abroad as well. But I believe that, I think especially after the second album that we could have grabbed more of the momentum with the release than we did. And that's, yeah, the level where we are kind of now is also because we, I feel, translates to the effort that we put into becoming bigger, which is not a lot because we just really want to play music and play shows, and we don't spend a lot of time with lobbying to play a show or to contact people and book us like this. We just more like let things come to us a bit, maybe sometimes a bit more than we should, but that's also just the way we are. We're a bit aloof on those regards. We also have other things in our lives than the band, even though it does take an important place. But so I think we're also not out there. I don't think we're that widely known or anything. I'm pretty sure enough. But I do believe that when we release something, it gets momentum because it's also just good shit.
I think we are lucky in a way in Belgium that there are quite a lot of venues or places where concerts are organized. There are a lot of people who are engaged in doing that. Most people organizing or people playing in other bands, they know us or just by friendship or because of the band. So opportunities are always there, kind of if we're up for it, or if we show, like if we are releasing a new album, if we show to the world or to the scene that hey, we have new shit, then people will be interested in it. And there are actually quite a lot of interesting bands out here in the local scene. People that we call friends of ours, and we actually play amazing black metal or somewhere in the broader genre of black metal. So which is cool because I know it's not always the case depending where you live. You could be the only one in your city who's interested in black metal, while for us it's really not the case. We there's a lot of bands, well, not necessarily black metal, but a lot of really good metal bands from our city that are actually making it quite big. So which is very interesting to see, and it's also, I know you can learn one or two things from them on how to do stuff. You have always a friend who you can ask a question to if you don't really know how to approach things. So
it's like breaking out of the confines. Maybe it's I would definitely not. I don't even think that would be necessary because the scene here is like interesting enough. But
question number 9. What's the one goal or dream performance thrown into Descent still hopes to achieve in the next 5 years of your journey together?
I think a really big one is playing summer festivals. That would be awesome. Like we were discussing it earlier, like what would that be, that like dream thing? I think for me it would be the nice venues we've played so far but we play them always as a support band for instance, Haraki for the Sky, or for instance, an Agalloch, and being able to play them as a headliner, you know, to be the main act of the evening. Yeah, that would be it would prove that people would actually come for us and not for the band behind us, and be open for them. Although I know people come for us, but you know, that would be
Nice dream.
that would be my contribution.
Well, we played with Agalloch already, so it doesn't get any better than that.
Well, they have to open for us now.
Okay. New goals.
Now, for me, it would be just really to play. I think to play a show on Graspop, which is a festival in Belgium, a big metal festival, a big European metal festival, but just, you know, not a big spot or anything on the bill, but just to, you know, because it's a festival that we've been attending, you know, for half of our lives
In a million years or so.
yeah, but every year now. I go for a couple of years now because it's gone too big, but that would be really cool because that was also the place where I had won my first metal concerts. I had my first mosh pit there, my first circle pit. I lost my shoes there during a circle pit on Devil Driver. I was like 14 or something like that. And it would be really cool to be able to play on that festival. But it's a big festival, so it's also,
Like be the band at which people lose shoes.
Yeah, no, we're not shoe losing music. So, but yeah, just playing Metal Dome or whatever, like that nice big marquee, and
Yeah, big
So,
stage.
like, big stages, and I was gonna say preferably with people as well. Not only big stages, but like people who can watch it as well.
Big crowds.
Big crowds.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. So the basic goals for every band, I guess. Okay, so it will be the last question. Question number 10. What advice would you give to new musicians who are just starting to explore black metal as a genre?
Like do your own thing. Don't try to be something you're not.
yeah, but also just do what is good, even if it's like imitating another book. But you know, it's thoughts form. You know, especially if you're young, you know, you need to, you know, things start narrow, but the sooner that you can widen your view a bit or something, the better. I imagine, because then you can let more positive things influence you. So also just open your mind as well. You know, don't stick to one thing or focus only on one thing, but see, you know, keep an eye out for what else is around as well. But yeah,
Don't overthink. Have fun. Yeah, do what feels right, feels good.
yeah,
Buy a lot of guitars.
Yeah. Don't be an asshole.
yeah. Don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Is that advice for anyone?
Be engaged in the music scene that you are part of. You know, you get back what you give, in a way. You know, so the more you go to other people's concerts because you want people to come to your concerts, it's a very small thing, but just do that. Talk with people. Tell them if you liked it. Tell them you liked it. You know, it's don't be an asshole. Be friendly. Be good, and do what feels right.
Okay, I've got it. Just participate into your local scene and don't be an asshole. So, so
True.
it was all questions. Thank you for answering. It was my pleasure to interviewing your band. It was Drown in the Descent with us, Bart, Vincent, and Jason. Sorry.
No problem. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thanks for having us. It was very fun.
Good question.
Yeah, thank you. So good luck to your band, and maybe we will see each other in person sometime. I don't know.
Yeah, you can come and watch. Maybe we can play in Belarus someday.
Yeah, book us in Belarus.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
thanks-
you.
Thanks for your effort.
I will wait. I will wait for you guys. So bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.